is the fate of Jon Moxley sealed by an historic announcement by the Game Triple H, according to rumors and speculation online. Unbelievable, guys. We're going to bring you up to speed and up to date on everything that we're reading, seeing, and hearing online. There's a lot of skeptics out there that think that this will never happen, that it will never materialize. But what changed the landscape of professional wrestling is what Jon Moxley said in AEW, is that there's going to be a change, there's going to be a revolution, there's going to be a war. This is no longer your company, said Jon Moxley on AEW television. That is what the man said. That is what he laid out. But what was the message behind what he said? Is this a WWE intuition? A WWE return? What does this mark and what does this mean for the future of professional wrestling as we know it? Is it going to be like a Nexus kind of type deal? We saw what happened with the Nexus in WWE. And we have seen many times where AEW has stolen many of WWE's formulas and ideas and scenarios and characters. But we have seen where WWE also stole from the playbook of AEW. I'll be honest, from time to time. It has happened, it has occurred, it has went down. Make no mistake about it. But here on Sean's View Entertainment, we clear up the mistakes. We clear up the mishaps. And we bring you in the know on all WWE. Now, right at the start, there's already been a bunch of rumors. There's been a bunch of speculation. There's been a bunch of reports about what was the meaning, what was the stance about what Dean Ambrose said, or Jon Moxley, so to speak. Now, obviously, we are thinking about dream scenarios. Is this where the WWE is finally going to open the door, the forbidden door, to AEW, or is this where AEW are going to open and welcome WWE in with open arms? Again, this could take on a meaning of its own. Now, also could also go by the fact of, is this going to be an invasion? Is this going to be the right investment? Obviously, AEW and the WWE need to play their cards right with Jon Moxley if they're going to go in this direction. Now, again, Jon Moxley rocked the wrestling world with what he said a couple of nights ago on AEW television. And again, I'll say it again. Ever since then, we have been thinking, we have been praying, we have been hoping that something major is going to materialize out of this. Does this mean Ambrose takes a team of former WWE stars and puts them against AEW? Is this going to be an NWA, NWO sort of thing? Or is it going to be more Nexus? Or is it going to be something revolutionary? Is it going to be something we have never seen before, ladies and gentlemen? That's what you got to ask yourself at the end of the day. Because clearly, Ambrose's return, or Moxley's return, whichever name you want to use with that. And I don't know why people keep saying, Sean, why do you keep touching this? There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. It's an OCD thing, I guess. That's why I keep touching the handle and the speaker and all that. But anyways, ultimately what this is leading to is something that is going to be significant and something that is going to be special. Now, what about Triple H? Where does he stay in all of this? Well, obviously the last time Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley was in WWE, it was under the McMahon regime. It was under Vince McMahon. Now, and you might say, well, Sean, Triple H and Jon Moxley, they're really not on the best of terms. Triple H has worked with many wrestlers that he wasn't on the best of terms with because it all came down to money. It all came down to respect. And it all came down to working a deal and getting the job done. It all came down to doing what is best for business. And you would have to assume that Triple H knows what is best for business, and what's best for business is to resign or buy out Jon Moxley's contract. Well, Sean, he's got a contract. I get it. He's got a contract. He's locked in, but he can also lock himself out. He can also sign off in a year. He can also walk out of the company. He can go to court. He can get released from his contract. There's a lot of variables that go into Jon Moxley in this historic announcement by the Game Triple H, because if Triple H were to make some sort of an announcement like this, it would literally shake the foundation of the WWE, and it would make AEW be like, what did we just witness here? Because it's all about positioning. It's all about jockeying for position. And when it comes to moving parts, and when it comes to being the game and being that damn good and always being one step ahead, Triple H, the cerebral assassin, Triple H's plans could assassinate AEW in the way that would be a major blow to AEW if Triple H can get Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose back to WWE. Or are they going to injure and incapacitate AEW inside out, from the ground up, from behind the scenes? Is Ambrose going to be the final death knell to AEW? Is this all part of a larger scheme, a bigger game plan, game changing, ladies and gentlemen? Some say that WWE sent Vince Russo to WCW to kill it from the ground up, from underneath. Is Triple H going to make Moxley destroy AEW from underneath and incapacitate it to levels that AEW has never been incapacitated before? Again, viewers, there's a lot of different things you can look at like this. But do you ultimately think that we're going to see an invasion of former WWE stars, or is Ambrose not happy with what he's doing? Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is huge. You cannot undermine how successful this could be. I just hope that the WWE and AEW can come together to rectify the situation, to make this worthwhile, to make this stand out, to make this that it's something you talk about 5, 10, 15 years down the line. But you gotta play your cards right for this to happen. Now, bonus coverage, breaking news, guys. Breaking news, but it's bonus coverage that we're seeing and hearing right now. And actually, we got breaking news on the Viper, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, guys, got breaking news on the number one contender to the world title. WWE star Randy Orton has confirmed the length of his new deal with the WWE while addressing his contract extension. Orton has consistently proven that he's still one of the most popular stars on the roster since returning to WWE TV in November 23. Following a report indicating that Orton has signed a new deal with WWE, Orton has now confirmed that he has signed a 5-year contract extension with the company. Confirming that his contract extension is 5 more years, Orton said, "Already I'm an amazing company with Flair, Cena, and then I'm tied at 14 world titles with Triple H. So I'm in very good company. I would almost say that after I was given my second chance in-ring competition that I was satisfied. But then we had the King of the Ring. And then the finish happened at King of the Ring where my shoulders weren't all the way down and I got an opportunity to face Gunther at Bash in the Berlin for the World Championship. And then I realized I just signed a 5-year extension to my contract. I've got some time left to do this. I feel better than I felt in over a decade, and I want that title, and I want that 15-time world champion, then a 16-time world champion, and even a 17-time world champion, and set another record here in WWE." Well, if anybody could do it, it is indeed the volatile Viper, Randy Orton. Now, right now, it looks obvious that Randy Orton isn't going to win. It's in Gunther's hometown. It's in his backyard. Gunther has a lot of momentum going for him. It's his first title defense. Randy Orton really has his back against the wall in this one. But if anybody knows what it's like in high-stress situations to get the job done, it is Randy Orton. So while it doesn't look good for Randy Orton at Bash in Berlin, you still got to wonder. Can Randy Orton still come up big in a big match predicament? Subscribe. Plenty more to come from the Brash and the Brazen. Stay tuned throughout the day, every day, as we give you the most extensive coverage, news and rumors and analysis, and video updates in WWE. This is the place to be.